Patrice with a Dot Podcast, your host. And as you know, if you already don't know, this is a place where you will be inspired by transparent storytelling while being ignited with confidence from the inside out to fulfill your own purposeful connections and to share with others. So, I got to get straight to it. If you don't know, I do a trans moment. So a trans moment is transparent moment that I've experienced, obviously. And this week, I was like, dog, what I'm going to talk about ain't that really happened, but just so happened. Yesterday, I had an event, and I've been doing some brand ambassadors work. So it's pretty much you're promoting other people's products. So there was a lady that I met maybe 2 or 3 months ago now. So we keep in contact with each other. If there's any gigs that we know about, we share with each other. So anyway, she was telling me some progressive news in her life, and so I was telling her mine. And the takeaway was just, of course, staying connected with people, because you never know how you'll be able to share and inspire each other in our journeys. And then 2 is another lady that I connected with. We had lunch after the event. And so with that conversation, it was really cool because sometimes, like, straight up being very, again, transparent, I feel alone. And she was saying how she, felt similarly. And I was like, dog, our lives are pretty parallel right now, but we decided to hold each other accountable in some things in our lives to really be able to execute the way that we want to. So it was really cool, again, to be inspired by someone else and then to connect with another young lady to be able to really just hone in even more on what we're here to do while we're here on Earth. Of course, that's what it's all about. So I had to share that because when you're feeling like you're alone, trust me, you're not. Like, you're not the only one feeling like how you feeling, but it's great when you're able to share those vulnerabilities with people. And again, I haven't even known these people that long, but because I'm so honest and like, I'm me. People may think, oh, well, she's always put together, but I'm so human and I'm so down to earth, and I have no, qualms about sharing how I feel genuinely. So anyway, that's my moment. So if you've had, moments where you felt alone, put 1 in the chat, because, again, you're not alone. But I am going to prepare to bring my guest, my special guest. And, of course, y'all already know every guest is special. They are, because everyone is special to me. So this young lady, we met through a mutual friend some years ago, and her energy is just a firecracker. Like, what you see is what you get. She's so Atlanta. She a real one. I'll just say that. Let me bring her on. Miss Jessica. Let's see. The owner of, well, she'll introduce herself, but I'm excited about her. And then with this being Black History Month, to me, she is Black history. Like, I don't know another woman. No, real talk. Like, I don't know another woman that's doing what you're doing in this industry. So, of course, salute to you for that. So, go ahead and introduce yourself to the people, child.
Hey, how you doing, Dawn?
Good. How are you?
I want to say thank you so much for having me on your show. I am very much honored to be here with you, a fellow sister in entrepreneurship. So, right now I'm at the Sizzle and Smoke Shop. This is my smoke shop over here in the West End. I opened up in April of last year, so we coming up on our first year anniversary.
Congratulations!
Thank you so much. And I'm really just here trying to be a fixture in the community to bring nice stuff to the hood. That's really like my MO.
So that was your initial MO? I mean, tell us, what is your business? Like,
well, I have a smoke shop and we sell CBD, cannabis. It's like half recreational, half medicinal, as far as Atlanta lets us be legal.
Right. What made you get into this particular, industry? It's such a male-dominated, field. So what made you get into that?
Well, that's twofold to that answer. First of all, I just love weed. You know what I'm saying?
How long you been smoking weed?
I started when I was 15. Like, my 15th birthday, my best friend at the time, I told her, I said, I done asked G's, And I done seen it in the Snoop Dogg video. I said, I want to try some weed. I said, this looks like something I might like. So she came and brought me a big $10 bag of some good old mid.
Okay.
And I smoked it up in my bathroom. And after that, it changed my life because I'm a person that has kind of anxiety and just, you know what I'm saying? I deal with a lot of my own personal mental health, trials, I guess you would call it.
Yeah, yeah.
Changed the way that I was able to deal with the world and deal with life. And so, I mean, I understand when people say it's something, you love Mary Jane. That bitch will change your life.
Hold on, what's that? What's that
dude? With Mary Jane.
Hey, she is my main thing. Hey,
feel all right. The only girl I would be getting.
Straight up. And I'm not even a smoker, but I love that song. Like, I used to smoke, but for whatever reason, like how it was a coping mechanism for you, for me, I just act like I'm stupid as I don't know what, and I'm just like...
Well, it depends now, because I've become a functional smoker, but I mean, I enjoy to just trip out and just be high, just to enjoy being high. It makes everything better. But that was kind of like how I got into this whole industry in the first place. Now, as far as just like opening up the smoke shop specifically,
yeah,
I feel like any entrepreneur or business owner, boss, whatever you want to call them, your goals and ideas for how you see your life evolve. You learn more as you're around different types of people and things like that. And so I feel like my goals evolved into wanting to do a dispensary, you know what I'm saying? And since it's not legal in Georgia, this to me was the next best thing since they passed the Farm Bill Act. So, I mean, hopefully my dream is when it does become legal, this has been a stepping stone to bring quality cannabis services to the Black community and a very prosperous and culturally rich Black community at that. So West End, shout out West End, Atlanta. West
End. I'm talking about in the heart of the city. Like, I was near your shop and rolled past it, didn't know you was right there. But I was actually went to the Goodwill right up the street. And so I looked on there like for a creative idea. Then I saw your name. I was like, oh, let me see where she at. And I'm like, dang, like she literally around the corner. So let me pull up. That's what made me, pull up on you or whatever. So you started a year ago. Were you working in corporate America before? Like, how was that transition as an entrepreneur from a 9-to-5 to a full-time entrepreneur?
Well, I mean, I've been doing stuff like this for a long time, especially like you talk about male-dominated industries. Like, I used to be a club promoter and all type of stuff, all crazy stuff. I ain't talking about just putting flyers out. I'm talking about like, just like I said, male-dominated industry. So it's just one of those type of situations where, I don't know, you really kind of have to tiptoe and figure out which way you want to move. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. It's been a journey. I can say that. It's kind of hard to kind of put it in words, I guess.
Baby, you real vocal. You can put it into words. You can put it into words. The way your IG be popping.
Well, and that's another thing, just transitioning from corporate. First of all, it's like I had a plan from jump a long time ago because I have children as well. Okay. So it's just one of those things where even though we all know that being a business owner can have its ebbs and flows all the time. So, I mean, I had to take a moment, especially after I got divorced, to just figure out how I wanted to go about things based on my experiences up to that point. And I really took the time, and it really kind of happened. I feel like, people talk about manifestation a lot.
Yeah.
But you really do draw what you focus on. I mean, to me, that just sounds like common sense if we're going to read the book. And so, I just was like, okay, this is what I want to do. My initial goals was, I said, I want to make $100,000 a year, and I want to buy me a house. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I didn't know how the fuck I was going to do it.
But you believed it. Yeah.
It wasn't just like I believed it. It was just more so, this is my goals, and I got to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I just focused all my attention on trying to figure out how to get to that goal. And then, lo and behold...
Quick question, during those transitions and you trying to figure it out, how was your mental? Like, did you feel days like, okay, I got this, and then some days like, what in the hell am I doing? How is this gonna happen? And my dream is too big. Like, what were some of your thoughts?
A lot
Give
of
me the wrong. Give me
a lot
wrong.
of that for real. Like, and I mean, in the beginning, it was more days of doubting myself. But as you like evolve your mindset into more of a power mindset instead of a victim mindset,
Yeah.
you have more days of where you just, it's very productive. You're just trying to figure it out. It's not
Right.
like, oh, this is so hard, I can't do this. It's more so like, okay, what do I need to do to get past this? Because it's always something, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, you can't be no bitch. You just can't, you know.
Right.
So you gotta have resilience and perseverance, you know. So
I remember you highlighting that in your speech at schools, for sure.
exactly. And I try, because people think it's sweet because they be on the internet, and it's just like, nah, bruh, the people really, you really have to put in some work. You can't just make a post and think it's gonna pop.
So when you just mentioned, your mindset, and you can't be no bitch with it. Did you read any books, or is this just an innate ability of the strength that you already had, and you like, nah, I got this, I got it. I
don't. It's definitely a combination. Like, personality wise, I'm just a hype yourself up type person.
Yes, you are.
I'm very a feeler. Like, I have hella emotions, but at the same time, it's like I've become, like I said, working through my own, thought processes. I've learned how to rationalize. So you're not going to get a whole lot of like, oh, po baby, I can't believe they did that to you. It's going to be more empowering. Like, okay, well, what are we going to do to get past this? What did we do to contribute to this situation so we don't do that shit again? Because you can't.
That part.
And this just goes back to that mindset of just empowering myself and just knowing that I can do it. I got the ability. Even if I don't know what the hell I'm actually doing, guess what? The more you climb up and meet people and acquire stuff that you look at people about, the more you realize, nigga, we is all the same.
We are, yeah.
And corporate America taught me that too. Them dudes in corporate America didn't know nothing. They couldn't stand me because I was smart as hell and I still act just like this. You know what I mean? You put on that.
Right. You still Jessica wherever you go. Absolutely.
I made people start wearing braids. I was the first black girl to wear braids up in that motherfucker. Like, bro, y'all is tripping. You know what I mean? So you just have to, I guess, that air of confidence and just, don't just do the work. Don't just walk around with your chest puffed out. I put in the work. You know what I'm saying? Both for myself and for my industry. So I feel like I can let go of that type of insecurity and feel confident that I've created, you know what I'm saying, the tools
for yourself.
I need to feel this way about myself. It's not just a feeling, it is what it is, you know?
It's a belief in knowing, yeah, for sure.
Other people, because I really just, like Issa said, I want to see everybody black win. If you bout some, not no lame.
Yeah. It cut off when you did like this. What was the first part?
I can't remember where I stopped. I talked so much.
I know you was like, just like how Issa Rae, she want to see everybody win, but it was out. You said something about it.
Everybody black win. I said as long as you bout something, because I don't work no lame shit.
That's for sure. Do you find that you're able to collab with other people in your industry? Are you familiar? Yes.
Most definitely. Like, that has been like one of the high, and I'm not a big, like, I'm in and out when it comes to being sociable. I'm very personable, but the type of person I need to recharge and have my personal space. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things that I've really enjoyed is just meeting other people in the industry. And I'm in Atlanta, so it's so many just young black people doing big things and all.
Where do you meet them at?
I mean, we've got underground events that we go to. You know, that's how I kind of got started as well. I used to do pop-ups. I used to do pop-ups and make edibles and stuff because I got so tired of these bad-ass edibles that people were selling around here. So I started home and going to the pop-ups and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
So many people there, and even now as I've evolved, I still meet so many people. Shout out to, Willie Peso. He's up in Detroit. He's a cannabis entrepreneur. Mecca King, he's like a cannabis podcast entrepreneur. He's all over the United States with it. You know, I met other people that do edibles and make good quality edibles and stuff like that. So, and we created like a network. You know what I'm saying? In the same way that I just like shit. I support things that I like.
Right.
So if I post something, you know how people post their Gucci and stuff because they like that shit. So I just make a whole point to just
yes.
I mean the word support is cool, but I feel like as a business owner, I found way more value in the customers that find value in my business.
Right.
As opposed to somebody who's doing it with no real desire to do it, more so like out of an obligation. And again, I'm not trying to take away that we shouldn't, you know, show love, because anybody know me, know I show love big time.
For sure.
But money is just like, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where when it comes to the things that I like, and I like certain type of shit at 35, you know, and done experience certain things. So I just like quality things. I like customer service. I try to give people here Chick-fil-A customer service. So what you're not going to do, you're going to have to watch your tone, keep your hands by your side. But other than that, it's real cool. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, let's talk about that customer service component, because I'm a big, and I mean a huge stickler for customer service. Like, I'm here to support you. Okay, so if I'm coming in the building, acknowledge me, acknowledging you and your business. So just say hello, you know, first and foremost. And I find that even if it's an in-person experience or online, I'm finding a lot of people saying things about Black-owned businesses and their lack of customer service. So it's amazing, not even amazing, because I don't really expect anything less from you, because you're so personable, you know, and who you are in real life.
Don't do that while I'm on the live now.
Girl, what they doing, girl?
Looking smiley face coming up. Everybody know you like my shit now. My bad. It's getting on my nerves. I'm sorry. Go ahead, girl.
No, service I love
is
you.
Very important. It's just my whole screen record fucked up now. They like, who is this?
Oh, you just made me think. Oh, I'm tripping. Oh, you just made me think. I needed to be screen recording mine. But anyway, this is authentic, y'all. We're not putting on.
You know, so you guys know we helping you out when you do your podcast, your lives, get wonderful personalities and screen record and block your notifications.
That part.
I mean, but I call myself the cheers of smoke shops. You know, when people come,
I like that.
I love my customers, and my customers love the vibe here. They say they're gonna be sad when I stop coming up in here.
And I saw it. I did see that, because like you said, you know, the customer service, the Chick-fil-A type of vibe. When you go in there, you was making some, what is it, chicken minis or something for your customers. Like, hold on.
Sliders, the gourmet sliders on deck. You know?
The gourmet sliders, come on. And you were so, you know, attentive, like, hey, it'll be like 5 more minutes with the fries, just hold on. That was cool. You know, he was walking around the shop and everything. So that's very important, because with business, people want to feel like, dang, they notice me. They appreciate me coming in here. So with that energy, oh, I gotta come back. That's where the retention and loyalty of customers is at with customer service. So people don't understand, like, it's more than just a brand. It's more than just a business. It's the totality of just the owner and what they're providing. So you get
down.
Yeah.
Like, from owner to just the whole vibe. So that's 100% correct.
Yeah, people we need that, especially in today's society. Like, you want to make sure when you going somewhere, it's great vibes. It's great
Good
energy.
Vibes only. Bad vibes will be shot. That's my motto. I'm dead ass serious. Where Annabelle at? She need to make a feature.
You said what?
I said, where Annabelle at? She need to make a feature. But nah, you know what? People always ask me like, oh, do you feel uncomfortable or do you feel safe or stuff like that? I don't know if it's the way that I established my presence when I first came here or what, but I really don't get no static. Matter of fact, I don't get no static, knock on wood. But I mean, and anybody that comes in here, like I said, good vibes only. So if I don't feel good vibes,
get your ass out.
Feel the reciprocated energy come back at you 10 times, and it makes you can see people shift in their shoes and be like, all right, I'm gonna head on out. Yeah, burn some sage behind their ass. But I feel like, again, that's essential to my customer base. You know, I'm creating a safe, because we have a lounge as well, a little smoke lounge in the back.
Yeah, tell us what you have inside of your shop. You're in the West End. What else do you have?
Yeah, we got a lounge in the back as well, where people can come and do their thing without having to worry about anything, you know, any weird stuff happening. So
smoke lounge.
Yes, smoke, vape, hookah, whatever you do.
Very nice.
BB is my motto. Bring your own bud and booze.
That part. That part. How are you marketing that? How are you, you know?
I mean, it's trial and error, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's one of the things about it only being me is I wear like hella hats, you know what I'm saying? They go like up to here, bro. So it's like, you know, of course social media is a big part of it. I try to keep good people around me. If you've ever heard of Late Night Trapping with Auntie,
yeah.
I've been very like adamant about, you know, being a part of that whole campaign. And, you know, I just watch how they network, and, you know, we give each other advice. And I try to only surround myself with people who have something going on, whatever it is, because I feel like those are the people who add the most value and take the least away.
Right.
You know, in a sense, mentally and, you know what I'm saying, materially. So just surrounding myself with those type of people, networking. Like I said, I'm not good at networking, so I hang out with people who may be
shocking.
You know what I'm saying? Like networking. Like I just get tired of folks. And then it's Atlanta and people be so fake. And then it's just like,
cause you can see between, you know, the smoke. Like you can see who real and who not. So it drains you. Drains your spirit.
I feel like if you transparent up front, you kind of force people's hand, you know what I'm saying? And you just see how they move. A lot of times I don't even like people to know that it's like I own the smoke shop. I like to see how people treat people when you think they nobody.
That's real. You testing their character.
Yeah, like, because I'm so friendly and open. You know what I'm saying? I have to, you know, what's the word? Vet people sometimes.
No, straight up.
When they think you got something to offer.
Yeah, no, that's real, because, you know, Atlanta, the new Atlanta is very pretentious. I'm saying the word wrong.
Pretentious, you right.
Yeah, I feel like I said it wrong, but y'all know what I'm saying.
Good,
so
good.
It's that. And I guess by us being from here, it's a different kind of feel from the original, the people that were born and raised in Atlanta versus people that are coming here trying to put on facades. Like whoever you were in your hometown, you're not that here. So when you come here, it's like high school. So you was at one high school, then you go to another high school, and you just completely brand new. And it's just like
a lot of lanes. I see a lot of recreated lanes. And I'm trying to say, ain't nothing wrong with being a nerd, you know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about
own that.
Lanes out here. You feel
But that's the thing. Own it. But while you owning it, you need to have the character to match everything that you about. Like, don't put on like you more than what you really not. And truth be told, for me personally, like, I'm so big on character. I don't care what financial status you have. I don't care nothing about your business. Like you said, how do you treat people? What's your integrity like? When nobody's looking, how you really treating this person? To me, that reigns supreme above your money status.
And you got to learn how to vet opportunities. Like, everybody money don't need to be taken. Like, everybody don't need to be worked with. It's a mecca of talent out here. Like, anybody that knows me know that if you be on some bullshit, I don't know who you are, what you know, anything. I've lost so much in my life and regained it tenfold. I don't feel bad about things that aren't meant for me, things that don't feel right in my soul, because whenever I ignore that feeling, it just works against me. It comes back to bite me. So I just, again, I just try to encourage other business owners. I try to encourage other Black women. People ask me, how to go from pop-ups to a brick and mortar. That's something that I started doing, just offering one-on-one consultations, and eventually I want to really just
consultations doing what though exactly?
Just on whatever the person wants to start their business doing, we figure out where they're at and
so a business consultant
move forward. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. You had said something. I was trying to keep it in my memory bank while you were talking, but something about the transition. I wanted to know your transition from not the brick and mortar. Girl, I just lost my train of thought. Huh?
Not the corporate to the...
No, it was something else before that, like probably 3 seconds ago. 5, yeah, not too long.
My friend Rolly Polly, he said he encouraged by me. I appreciate that, bro.
That's what's up, and that's what this is about. You know,
we about to all the real niggas and all the boss bitches. Okay,
that's it.
That was my ratchet moment, brought to you by Jay.
Period. And that's why people are drawn to you. So now this is what I'm glad this came back to me. When you said you're not really good at networking, and I was surprised. I don't know if you remember seeing my face, but I'm like, you're so down to earth. You're so lively that you don't need a stranger. So it was shocking to me for you to say that, because I'm like, I'm sure she go everywhere, and people like, oh, who was that? Are you getting that information? But then it goes back to what you said. You kind of vetting people.
If you see me out sometimes, like, it's kind of hit or miss. I feel like I have to be intentional about it, because I really just be chilling. Or like you'll see me just off in the cut somewhere, like not just like, hey, how you doing? I'm Jessica. I got a smoke shop down in West End. I see you do XYZ, and just talking and just
But you ain't gotta do that. When you said that, I'm like, shoot, you ain't gotta do that when you networking. Just like, hey, I see what you got going on. Okay, tell me a little bit about it. So you really get information from them, and you get catching their vibe, and then from that point, just like, okay, well, boom, if you see the vibe is good, oh, I'm actually the owner. That, oh, for real? Oh, that's what's up. That's kind
of... Follow me on IG. That's the next thing.
Right.
A young lady last night, I was at King of Diamonds. They start doing a comedy night on Wednesdays. So, that's something else I've been trying to get into, as far as like honing in on my comedic acting and performance skills.
Yeah.
So I went out there, shout out to O.D. Odell, the host, and I just saw a lot of different people doing stuff outside of my comfort zone, and sometimes theirs, and I just try to do my little comedy thing, and try to get that rolling as well.
Ain't that little about what you're doing.
Oh,
wordplay.
Thank you.
No, like wordplay for real. Because I was talking to a young lady yesterday, and she was saying, well, I'm trying. I was like, no, you actually are doing it. But it's how we speak to ourselves, and how, our wordplay is everything. So you doing it, because I remember last year you were posting about your stand-up shows. So you doing it. It's just a process in it all.
Time management is a big part of it, because this baby right here time management is a big thing. So I got to learn how to manage it. Hopefully I can get me a manager or something that can keep me booked and busy.
Okay, I might have to consider that. Yeah, but I appreciate your friend saying she don't even act like the owner. She really, be at the events chilling. Yeah, you do have a
rolling up.
Yeah, but it's such a warm and welcoming vibe. Like, authentic people can really appreciate that. And even if you ain't really authentic, either you gonna stay or you gonna go, like you said.
Well, as an anxious person, again, I really try to, one of my biggest ways that I walk in life is to try to give people what I like to have. So since I'm always worried about people and I'm always overthinking, that's part of the reason I'm so transparent. Because I don't want nobody to ever wonder or feel insecure about my lack of communication.
That's real.
Sometimes I, don't know where I'm at with people, and then I start snowballing. I just go ahead and I just welcome people with open arms. You again, discernment. But I just welcome people where they at, because I know how it feels to feel like either not good enough or not welcome, or people just making you feel some type of way, and mine doesn't come out like no victim. So sometimes people may think I'm mean, but I really just be protecting my sensitivity. So I try to share that joy with everybody. That's another reason why I just like comedy, because I feel like it's so much fucked up shit going on. The least I can do is make the cashier at CVS laugh, make a bitch feel pretty or something. You know what I'm saying? Right. Even if I'm feeling bad, it'll make me feel good to make another motherfucker feel good. You feel me?
That's real. They gonna notifications throwing her off. Throwing her off real quick. You don't do too much liking. Don't do too much liking. Her mind just go blank.
You so crazy. But yeah, so it's just like, if God, I think it happened for real. You done jinxed me.
What? Losing your... Oh, well, yeah. It'd be like that.
But you got the gist of whatever I was saying, it meant something to me.
No, it did. It meant something to me, too. But what got you to the point, you spoke a little bit about, you had your own insecurities and you didn't want other people to feel the way that you felt. What was the turning point for you in your life for you to really get to that point? Like, nah, I'm going to be real intentional about how I'm showing up to other people in their life.
I mean, first, I feel like I've always been like that. But when you're not sure of who you are or more so comfortable with it,
yeah,
natural instincts and it works against you. So once I really just accepted that's who I am, I'm a vessel of love to, spread love out here in different forms and fashions. And just once you realize who you are, you walk intentionally in your purpose. And so that's just kind of like how I go about it. Like, even if I meet people who may not be in a place in a journey where they can really receive it, it don't even really faze me because I went in with that intention. I didn't go in with an expectation except to give something that
your life
felt like you needed, whatever that was,
Yeah. And those moments are so transformational for other people, because I remember this lady, I'm just giving her a compliment. Girl, I felt like she was, running some game on me. I was like,
you wanted to see what that Dawn was like?
No, girl. No, she was an older lady. Like, she had to be in her 60s. I was at the not MLK, but the Malcolm X Festival in the West End, actually, a few years back. And I was like, oh, I love your... And I was like, oh, you're so beautiful. Like, she was gorgeous. And she was like, I'm just a reflection of you. I was like, thank you. Thank you. What? Girl, I've been using that since then, like, because I'm complimenting her, but that made me feel so good inside because, I'm just the type of person, if I see you, like, I see you, girl, you cute or whatever, but it just impacted me in a way where I'm just like, thank you, I'm beautiful too. I'm beautiful.
Like flowers. You don't know when the last time they got some.
That's it. And it's, it's something because just with the pandemic, I have read a lot of stories. I've looked at a lot of videos where people are now understanding the importance of showing people that you love them or giving them their flowers. And I hate to say it, but just real talk, I hate that it took a pandemic for people to understand that. But all at the same time, I'm glad that they get it because tomorrow isn't promised. So if I'm talking to you and we're connected and there's love there, hey, I love you, have a great evening. Because we don't know when the last time we'll see each other. Mm-hmm. So I say all that to say, definitely show people that you love them and give them their flowers. And if you see somebody that's doing something good, like salute to them. Like, I see you out here shining. Because we don't know what somebody else is going through and they feeling like, well, I'm not doing enough. But when you compliment them, they like, hey, for real, you see me? Like, yeah, I see you.
Well, and another part of it, I feel like it's so many people that motivated me and never met me, never even knew I followed them. It's some people that I've come back around and developed relationships with who didn't even realize we had interacted prior to then. And it's like, I look at people have motivated me. I've had a personal team of motivators that didn't even know it. Thing, like, of all levels. And I'm pretty sure some folks who probably think I'm weird as fuck, because I reach out to them and tell them, like, bro, I really appreciate you doing your thing. You motivated me, like, the way that you move, taught me how to move and things like that. So it's just, just that humility. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. That's sexy. That's being humble is so sexy to me anyway. It's just, you down to earth, like I see you type thing.
Do you want to go on a date, girl?
You stupid. Shut up. So let me say this. Speaking of giving people their flowers and how, you've been inspired by other people and encouraged, I want to say to you, and I said it to you because we be in the DMs, like, right. But you inspired me, honestly, to boost up my social media presence. So legit, what you're seeing now on my page is because I'm like, my girl is consistent. Like, she doing this shit. Like, I'm loving it. I see you, girl. Well, let me tighten up. And sometimes people get jealous. Like, oh, look at her doing. Ain't no jealousy. It's such
we don't do no.
Right, exactly.
Here, bruh.
Mindset. What you say?
No, I was just agreeing with you. I said no sucker shit around here. Like,
yeah, and it's sad because so many people they'll look at it through that lens of jealousy instead of inspiration. Like, oh, I'm inspired. Let me tighten up.
Mm-hmm.
So you definitely, like I said, have done that for me. And I see that even on your story, some of the people that you follow, I follow too. I can't remember how to say this guy's name, but it began with an M, and he be cussing folks out a little bit. He's a business. He got the locks. He's brown skin, round face.
I don't know.
You do know, because you post him you always repost his stuff.
Oh, Marty. Oh, shout out motherfucking Marty Woodard with the 100K campaign. Yes. You're talking about inspirational. That has been my free mentorship from IG. But I've also purchased 2 of his classes on his website. Like, again, you talk about reading, investing in yourself, and growing.
Yeah.
The people I invested in not solely based on his demeanor, but a big part of it was that I just feel him like he just very transparent. He
down to earth.
Don't bullshit you. He not trying to play and like, yeah, life would be wonderful. Spend $300 on my stuff. He's like, this is what you need to do because he really cares. He is Marty Woodard and he gives a fuck about people. That's his slogan. Like, he really care about people. So when you talk about humility, molding the way that I, go about business into some shit I ain't never did before. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not going in there with my head up my ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know everything. I'm watching people who have put in the work, done the research. You know what I'm saying? And he is definitely one of them. So big shout out to him.
Yeah, show and prove. Like someone said, only support. Absolutely. Definitely only support this way. When you were speaking about, I'm like you today. My mind having brain farts.
You done hit the weed done.
I didn't. Maybe because I'm hungry. I ain't had nothing to eat, so my mind ain't functioning like how it need to be.
See, I faced some cashews before we got started.
I ain't even do, and usually I'll keep some trail mix. I don't know why I ain't eat, but it's all good. Again, this is authentic us.
Bitches be hungry.
Right. To the point you can't even think and get your mind right.
No.
But it was something about not just support. Oh, it was the investment. It's coming to me because we're talking. So it's so much stuff that, we're saying, but I want to revisit. I definitely can understand when you talk about investing in yourself, in whatever industry that you're in, but also having these social media mentors. I've been very intentional about who I follow and seeing their track record, seeing
mute. Some of y'all, I love you to death. Mute, because what the fuck you be posting?
Yeah.
Always bitching, mute. And I talk a lot of shit on mine. Feel free to mute me if it's not serving you in the way that it needs to.
That part.
So you can keep your personal page. And, at some point you'll be able to evolve into like purely business page. But on my personal page, a lot of people is muted because I don't need to see, and I get wrapped up in it. I'm a goofy, so I get wrapped up in the foolishness.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've definitely been so intentional that I started investing in myself with podcasting and speaking. And I was like, shoot. And I remember saying last year to myself, I was like, I want some mentors. Like, I need mentors for the new year. And I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to find them at. And I'm like, They right here in your hand, right here. You just got to be intentional about how you're receiving their messages and applying it for yourself. To the point, again, I was able to do some investment, and I was just like, okay, I see. Now this is my next step after that, and then this is the, so forth and so on. So I'm saying that, for people, if you're gonna be on social media, use it intentionally, because it's really a world full of people that's on the same vibration of you as you.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you're trying to do something positive is really best for that. But if you're on that ratchet stuff, y'all just gonna be in a rabbit hole of foolishness.
It's there. That world is there for you as well. But like I came up with a very like system where my posts, my timeline is purely for just weed stuff and business stuff, or inspirational stuff. And I still kind of have to limit that because I don't need no emo quote every day. You know what I'm saying? But when I want to just see what my friends got going on, that's what my stories is for. So it's muted in my timeline, but I watch your stories when I got time because I get tired of being on the internet.
Yeah. So do you have like a limit for your usage? Oh. Okay.
Sometimes I let my phone die. That's a break. And then I don't charge it.
So you could be on that thing for about 4 hours. Oh, okay. Well, it's dead now.
It's like making videos, making reels, doing this, replying to DMs. You know what I'm saying? You got to find the hidden ones and shit now. Like, bruh, I'm going to go and play the game.
No, that's real. That's real. Like, when you're intentional about using social media, it's the background for me personally, because you got, like you said, finding the reels, because reels is really where it's at. People on short videos, because our attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. Then you got to edit whatever you're trying to put up. You want to make sure it looks nice.
Don't waste the post.
Yeah. And even like, what is it? Repurposing your post. Like, okay, well, shoot, I posted 2 years ago. Okay, and keep on posting, so that social media, when you use it correctly, you will be successful, but it is very time consuming when it is just you doing it by yourself.
Well, like Instagram, I just saw on my laptop that they do offer where you can start. They have apps for it, but you can start scheduling your posts through like a business tool that Instagram offers. So I'm about to start utilizing that. Then I can limit my screen time because the stuff is posted already. Stories, posts, videos, whatever. Now I can focus on stuff that's not that. So I can spend a couple of hours, planning that out. And time management has been such a big part of keeping this thing flowing correctly like it needs to, because, and I'm a late ass bitch. So I had to kind of like get a hold of that procrastinating instinct that I have, because it was hurting my bottom line. It's so easy to see that bottom line move. Depending on you change in activity, it will change as well. So,
that's real.
Time management and get to work on time.
What's your schedule? What time do you like to be at the shop?
Well, I started off at 12, and then I ended up going to 2 because my POS system gives me analytics to let me know how I'm making money and when I'm making money. And I really wasn't making no money until like 3 o'clock almost. So they're opening up at 2. I adjusted my hours, and then see stuff like that. That's the type of stuff that that I want to teach to people, when they get into it, so it don't take them a year to learn, how to be more productive, how to get more bang for their buck. Because at the end of the day, the bottom line is the biggest point. Because without that intact, it ain't no business. So, you have to make sure all your business activities are going in that direction.
I was looking at a podcast last week, and they were talking about SOPs, your standard operational procedures. And it stood out to me, not just for our businesses, but for our personal lives. Like, you should have an SOP for that. And so I was just like, oh, well, let me, implement an SOP for my personal life so I can be able to be more productive business-wise. To the point, I'm like, okay, well, let me get up at this time. Like, literally, you get up, say, at 6 o'clock. you meditate, you pray, whatever. I'm just hypothetically speaking because you a late riser. But everything that needs to be done in your day should be written down, or for whoever, if you electronic, whatever, so that you can have the structure and the discipline to be able to grow in your personal and professional life. You know, because for me, I was wondering, I'm like, well, sometimes I would think, well, I'm not as far as I want to be, but I realized God is like, no, you're right where you're supposed to be because I'm working on character for you. Not that your character was shaky before, but it's like, because that's reigns so supreme for me, I need that to be top tier. Mm-hmm. So when that's top tier, your business will be top tier. And so sometimes, entrepreneurs, I've been reading and listening to podcasts lately, how they say, okay, well, business was thriving, but my home life, it was terrible. Oh, I'm not a good husband. I'm not a good father. I'm not a good wife, So it's like, it's been kind of reversed for me, but I appreciate, again, the humility and understanding my journey to get to where I am supposed to be, So I don't know why I said all that.
No, it makes perfect sense because that is a big part of just this whole process and journey, period. It's so many times I feel like I'm slacking in the mom zone, because I feel like it's way more socially acceptable for a man to be out in the streets getting bread and he ain't got to come home and fix dinner. And even though the wife will complain about it, but at the end of the day, in general, it's just like, well, he got to go and get money. So it's like, for me, I feel like I have to play both roles now. And not just in a sense because I'm trying to be a man or nothing. It's just like, I'm the breadwinner. I got to go and get it for myself. I don't just work like a 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? And I had to understand that. And like a village is important. That's why, like you said, getting prepared, getting to that mental state where you can handle all the shit that really come with having some real shit that I don't even really feel like I got yet. But it look different. It's just, allow yourself to go through that because it's so much needed and you'll end up setting yourself back and, it's going to take even longer, and I can see that because I supposed to be had this shit in my 20s. But, you know what I'm saying, until you break your own personal, negative cycles, that you going to keep, until you learn the lesson, you just going to keep bumping your head. And I'm a Taurus, so I'm hard-headed by nature. I'm like, nah, fuck that. I can do it.
Right. I have a question for you. How has your children been in support of your entrepreneurial journey? Like, their understanding?
They're my dogs, for real. Like, they kids, so it's a lot of work. Of course, I got a 16-year-old and a 10-year-old. So it's like, just going through the stuff that they go through. But for the most part, you know what I'm saying? They've always just been supportive of me, period. Again, I just created a very transparent relationship with them as well. Like, I talk to them where they're at in life, but at the same time, I just I feel like as a parent, I'm supposed to be preparing them for life without me.
Straight up.
That's what I try to teach them things as they're ready.
You don't try, you're doing. Remember, take try out. You're not trying to do it.
And sometimes it don't. Sometimes it don't manifest till years later. And I'm like, oh, you was listening.
Exactly. That's why, again, words are powerful. You're not trying to do anything. You legit doing it. I watch your stories. I watch how you like on Saturdays, this is where I'm at. I'm with my kids. We chilling. I think it's Saturday, one of them posts.
One of them days.
Yeah, like I saw how I'm at the shop all the time, but this is why I'm doing it. Like my Saturday is not about to be disturbed for nothing. You feel me? So I see that you prioritize that and you're making it, you doing it. Like you ain't trying to do that, you really doing it. So again, salute to you for all that you're doing.
I appreciate it and accept it. I promise you.
Yeah, for sure. Because there's other, mothers out there still trying to figure out how to navigate motherhood and business. But you make it your business to put your kids first and making sure that you have time for them. They know mommy working. They know mommy hustling. But I know on Saturday, it's me and mommy all day. you know, we chilling, we having a good time, you know. So I can admire and see that just through your social media presence. So
yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that for real. And I'm surrounded by, again, a network of women, boss ass, cool ass bitches who do the same thing, mothers. Like,
yeah,
you see them balance that work life balance, and sometimes we have to slide in each other's DMs and keep each other uplifted and encouraged. I go to their shops, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Zen Bar over here in West End.
all right,
One of the mothers that I've, come encountered, her son be back there on the laptop while she's handling her business, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And it's another young lady, it's a rap cafe over there by Georgia State, and she has a little girl as well, and she's, just like me, just moving and handling her business, but you gotta fit that in. So I mean, and my girl Epic Flavor, she's one of my biggest cheerleaders,
yeah.
Corporate Smokers with Nakia Abbott. She's just, these women have just kept me encouraged. So I try to, again, spread that same thing back, because it's definitely hard, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Even though people keep each other encouraged, you always feel like you're not doing enough, either with your business or with your home life.
Yeah, you just made me think about my first guest. She was speaking about how she created her own ecosystem as a mother, entrepreneur, career woman, wife, and she be out in the street socializing. But she was like, I can do all of that because of the people that I have in my village. So that's kind of resonating with all the mothers and business owners that, doing y'all thing.
Yeah. I was just saying, I guess it just is what it is as a woman,
Yeah. What is it? Heavy is the crown that wears it, but y'all wear it beautifully. I say that. That's for sure.
Ma'am, thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, give us a final dose of Professor Cannabis. Like, what would you leave the people if they never saw you again? What do you want them to remember about you?
I want you to remember that there will be no big shit allowed around me. Don't allow it in your life. Only real shit. Be real with yourself. Be true to yourself. And everything that you want will come to you naturally. When you start doing flaw shit, your life gonna be flawed. So you feel how you want about that message, but you're gonna see it manifest every time you have one of these actions and you see the reaction. So I want y'all to remember that about me. Thank you. And come to Sizzle and Smoke Shop and buy some smoke shop shit.
What's your address? What's the address?
We're at 571B Joseph E. Lowry Boulevard, Southwest. We're not in Bankhead. If you don't put Southwest, it'll take you to Bankhead. We're in the Family Dollar Plaza across from City Loss, right by the West End Mall.
And share your social media handle, your business social media handle.
Follow us at Sizzle and Smoke Shop, Sizzle AND Smoke Shop. And you can also follow me at Professor_Canna Bitch.
Beautiful. And if you're on here, you can just tap down where my name is and you can just instantly follow her. Blue check, and that's that. Well, I appreciate your time, and you really inspiring me to stay authentic to myself and my journey in all that I do. So I appreciate this conversation. It was very full of wisdom and humor.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you too again, Dawn. You keep doing what you're doing, because you talk about inspiration. Seeing somebody who's, again, putting parts of their life out there for people to see, learn from, and grow from. I respect that so much, because a lot of your words have helped me through this journey sometimes. You don't even realize it. So, please keep doing what you're doing, and I can't wait to see, what you blossom into.
Thank you. You don't make me cry. You just made me think, no, you said something in our DMs again, because as I said in the post before, like, if you really connect with people on IG, it's so inspiring, and it goes down in the DM. And you said something last year, and I'm just like, wow, you just never know how someone is impacted by you showing up authentically as yourself. So I appreciate your words of love and inspiration for me. So thank you. All right. Well, I'll see you later in the DMs. And thank you again. And for everybody, I hope that you receive this convo. I hope that you receive above it all, show up your authentic self. And when you do that, things will manifest the way that it's supposed to, quite naturally. Don't get us wrong. It will be challenging. You will have some hard days, but it's going to be worth the ebb and flows of life for you to navigate to where you're supposed to be. Like, I can't stress that enough. Being authentic and learning from every experience, because it's building your character for something greater, something more. And being very transparent. I had a moment very recently where I felt like, okay, I'm not doing enough. But then again, it's like, no, you are doing everything that you're supposed to be doing because you're showing up. Like, you're literally showing up every day doing this thing. It's not perfect, but each phase that I've noticed that I'm in, like before, I said, okay, well, I'm building my faith. Okay, cool. Now I'm really building my mind. Mm-hmm. Because, like I said, in a transparent moment, sometimes I'll be feeling like I'm alone. But again, what happens from my left ear to my right ear, that's on me. So what I'm doing with that is up to me. So no, you're not finna talk yourself off of all this greatness that you're producing. You know, it ain't perfect. It's not perfect to me, and there's no such thing as perfect. And that's another thing I'm realizing and learning about myself. So just understand that your journey is your journey, and everything that you're supposed to go through, you're going to grow through it. Not just go through it, but grow through it to the other side of your destiny and your purpose. And if you don't know what your purpose is, at this point, because our tribe, at this point, we're all over 35. So at this point, you should have an inkling of what it is. Because I can't honestly say, well, how do you discover what your purpose is? I mean, whatever it's easy for you to do. Whatever comes.
Learning who you are, being real to who you are. When you got to start with yourself first. Do some bro. Get them feelings out of them childhood traumas and shit. That shit is creating who you are. You need to come to terms with all of it.
Yeah.
Once you start figuring out who you are, you can move more easily in your purpose and gravitate towards the things that are best suited for you. But anyway, I'm not gonna be a broken record.
No, that's real, because we all need that. We need it more and more so than ever before, because a lot of people that I have been, not I have been, but they've been reaching out to me just saying, no, I feel you. I'm talking to myself a lot more. I needed to hear that message because, like, straight up, we're living in a different time. So we're inundated with so much stuff. And so we really have to constantly work on our minds to really show up for ourselves authentically and not feeling like, oh, I'm not doing enough. Or like, no, you're doing absolutely everything that you're supposed to be doing at that time, that moment in life, period. So anyway, that was my final dose, my dose of dawn for the evening. So again, y'all stay encouraged. Whatever you do in life, always sprinkle your sunshine. Be the light. Be the energy that people crave. And as the old great saying is, do unto others as you will have them do unto you. So this has been a Dot Podcast, and we're out. I holla. See you later, girl.